So yeah, we'll get a good nice warm up, guys. We'll split the class into legs, upper body, and then a full body kind of finisher round. As always, if you want to do active rest between exercises, anytime I'm going over an exercise, you can do a little jog on the spot, jumping jacks, anything to keep that heart rate elevated, and then you can start adding your weights. Ooh. Okay, I think that should be everyone now. So let's get started into our warm-up and we'll take it from there, guys. Good to go. So normal warm-up sequence, just start with that little march in place, open up those hips, get nice and warm through the hip sockets. So nice and high with those hips, taking that knee up towards the chest. And then a little jog in the spot. Start getting that heart rate up. Flicking up those heels at the back. Warming up the knees. Take those knees up in front now. Alternating between heel flicks and knees up in front. Good. A little bit higher with those knees now. Pumping the arms. Starting to get that heart rate up. Into a little jumping jack. Nice and light in the toes. Open the upper body. Nice and warm through the arms and the shoulders. Exaggerate the movement. Big swings. Good, hips forward, little torso twist as always. So start little, and then as it loosens off, kind of a bit further behind, loosening off that lower back. I always get dizzy doing this one. Good. A few cracks or pops on a Saturday morning, probably. So first into your bodyweight squat, guys. First squat of the day. Just warm up through those legs in your natural squat stance, whatever that is for you. Mine's probably quite neutral, with the toes pointed out. Make sure we're keeping good posture. Try to keep that upright torso if you can. A little pause at the bottom if you want to really warm up those legs. Keeping the feet nice and flat. Try not to roll onto the toes. You can add a little knee drive now if you want. Squat to knee drive. So squatting up, take that knee drive up towards the opposite elbow. A little twist there as well. Go for one or two more. Shaking off the legs there. Into our lunge, guys. So warming up those knees. So coming down. Switch sides, take your time with these. So for the lunge, remember, just a little step, and then we're dropping that knee down in a straight line. Core's tight for balance. Working that front leg, nice and warm through the legs. If you want to, as always, you can add a little twist, challenge that core. Good stuff, one or two more. Little crab walk. Next, little half squat position, feet are nice and flat. So in that kind of half squat position, just activating through glutes and quads. We don't want to make the legs work too hard in the warm up. We're just activating all these muscles, getting them turned on. So take a rest as you need them. Good, down to all fours, guys. Into that cat-cow. Upper back squeeze. Nice stretch in the shoulder blades. Dip the chest looking up. So nice stretch in the upper spine. Puffing the back up between the shoulder blades. Looking up to ceiling. Next up, hand behind the neck, open up that chest. You get a nice twist in the upper spine now. So elbow almost to the ceiling. Try not to twist the lower back too much. 3 or 4 one side, 3 or 4 the other side. Almost there with the warm up, guys. Into our mountain climbers next. Shoulders over our hands, driving in the knees. You can start slow and build it up. Going 20 seconds here. Driving in the knees, getting that heart rate back up. Keep the hips down. Try not to have the hips up. Hips down, shoulders over our hands. Driving those knees, squeeze the stomach. Get nice and warm. Last 5 seconds. Nice and light in the toes. 3, 2, 1. Either on your knees or up on your feet. Big shoulder circles. Big exaggerated movements. Warm through the shoulders. Big swings backwards. Ooh. And across the chest. Right, guys, almost good to get started. If you've got weights, get them handy. If you've got resistance bands, great, you can use them too. If you've got any of these bands you can put around your knees, you can always add them as well. Have some water ready and a little hand towel for your face. Grab a quick breather, get a little drink. We are going through the first round, all legs. So we're going to start with a sumo squat today. So if you've got weights, perfect. We're coming into a nice wide stance. So wider than you normally do. Keeping that posture good. We're coming down between the legs with the weight and then pushing up. Squeeze the glutes at the top, nice, slow and controlled. And up. If you've got more than one weight, you can go one in each hand. Exactly the same. So that's exercise number 1. Quick breather. We're going straight into exercise number 2, which will be a walking lunge today. So add in the weights if you can, if you want to. We're going for a low walking lunge. Depending how much room you've got, I'll probably only get about 3 in here, 2.5 maybe. And then we're going backwards with that lunge. So backwards walking lunge, there. I'll probably only do 2 steps, forwards and backwards, okay? But if you've got loads of room at home, you can walk the whole hallway. Getting ready to go in about 10 seconds, guys, for your squats. Sumo squats. Ready to go, guys. Nice wide stance, remember. Make sure you're tracking out those knees in 3, 2, 1. Shoulders are back. Weights come between the legs. So you might feel this slightly different to your normal squat because our feet are a lot wider. Make sure we're not bending over so much. We're keeping back, the weight's coming down and pushing up. Squeeze the glute to the top. You can make this a lot easier if you want to hold the weight at the end. Just coming down to that weight touches the ground and then tapping up. You can pause at the bottom if you want. Drive through those heels, keep the posture good. Back up nice and straight. Nice and wide with those feet. Keep this going, guys. Make sure we're tracking out those knees so the knees aren't caving in. Push the knees out, nice, slow and controlled. 10 seconds left of sumo squats. Shoulders are back. So we're not allowing our back to cave over. 3, 2, 1. Quick breather. Ready for our walking lunges. So I'm going to go for 2 forward, 2 back. Make sure you've cleared your area in 3, 2, 1. So make sure we're dropping that knee down. Take your time if you need that little pause just to set yourself in between. Quite important with the lunges, guys. We're not overly stepping there and stretching off that back leg. It's a little step and then drop the knee down in a straight line. Little step, drop knee down. So from the side, it looks like this. Little step rather than lunging forward, okay? Make sure you're going backwards as well. So challenge yourself to go back also. Every time you lunge, it's that front leg that should be doing the work. So every lunge is almost like a single leg squat. Keep it going, guys. Last 10 seconds. Should be feeling this in the legs now. I've got one bonus exercise after this, so I'll be going over that in a second. In 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Active rest recovery, guys, while I go over the next one, or just get your rest. Bonus exercise for legs. It's going to be a fire hydrant. Weird name, I know. What we're looking for, we're in that top quadruped position, or whatever you want to call it. We're out with one hip here, squeezing into glutes. Quite hard to see there. So out to the side, going about 30 seconds, one leg, nice, slow, controlled. Contract at the top, feeling into this glute, and then we'll switch legs. Ready to go in about 10 seconds, guys. Coming down to your fire hydrants. So up in that quadruped position, hopefully you've got something to put under your knees for cushioning. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. So left or right knee out to start with. Nice, slow and controlled. Should feel this right in the hip, into the glute medius. Funny name, I actually think it gets called that because dogs pee like this. I'm sure of it. Not that I had to say that. Last 10 seconds this side. 3, 2, 1. Straight into that opposite leg. So things to note here, don't overextend and like tilt your body off. You try and minimize the movement in the back. So look, my knee is barely just coming about to 45 degrees there. And that's where I feel it in my glutes. You will probably feel it one side more than the other. It's just the nature of our bodies. We all usually have a stronger side. Try to show you angles here. There you go. Feel this right in the butt cheek. 5 seconds. Like I said, if you've got bands, put them around your knees and you can create tension here. 3, 2, 1. Rest in there, guys. So that's one round done of legs. We're going to do one more round. You know the exercises now. So either grab your breather right now or go into an active rest. You can do boxing, jumping jacks, anything you want. Keep that heart rate elevated if you want to. So quick recap. We're going sumo squats. A few variations with that if you've got more weights. I'm lucky enough to have a set of dumbbells so you can come down, add more weight. You can pause at the bottom. For the walking lunges, just make sure we're getting good form there. Getting ready to go in about 20 seconds, guys. So take your rest, or you can keep that heart rate elevated if you want to. I know it's loud. For those that don't know me well, you probably start to realize I like the color orange. This getting ready to go in about 5 seconds, guys. So starting your sumo squat position, shoulders are back in 3, 2, 1. Coming down, guys. Sumo squats. Little pause at the bottom. Keep the feet nice and flat. Knees tracking out towards the toes. Remember, it should be a wide stance squat. Should probably feel this more in the hips, in the glutes, than you usually would. Squats. Your normal squat's probably more quad dominant. So shoulders are back. Cue the good posture. Keep that weight as close to the body as you can. Get good depth for that squat. The weight doesn't have to touch the ground, but it is a deeper squat than you're probably used to. Keep this going, guys. A few more squats. You can add that little pulses if you want to. 10 seconds. Sorry, I should have said if you don't have weights, just doing exactly the same without the weight. Ready? 3, 2, 1, relax in there. 10-second break to go into our walking lunges. So we're going front and back, little step, drop the knee, keep the core tight for balance. Ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. If you've got 2 weights, go 1 in each hand, like this. And then going backwards, guys. If you've just got the 1 weight, hold it centrally, so it's close to your center of gravity. Or if you want to challenge yourself, actually, you can do a suitcase carry squat at a lunge, which is offloading one side with the weight, and we're lunging there. So what happens there is, your other side, your core, has to counteract that by turning on even more. So you can play around with that if you want. Let me know. A few variations for you there, guys. Keep this going. Last few seconds. 10 seconds now. Take your time with the lunges. 3, 2, 1. About 10 seconds, we'll go into those fire hydrants. So take that knee up just until you feel the glutes turn on. We don't want to take it all the way up. Just until you feel those glutes on. Ready to go in about 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. To start with, take those knees close. So my knees are close together. And then out. Little pause at the top. Make sure you're feeling it in that hip. Try not slump into your lower back at all. Keep strong through that spine before we start, and then add it in. So we're tight through the core here as well. We're not loose through here, letting our spine dictate. 5 seconds left this side. Squeeze at the top. Hopefully you've got some bands at home maybe. You can add into your knees to make this even harder. 3, 2, 1, switching sides. Just switching if you haven't already. Fire hydrants. If you want to do these in your own time, you can even add a fire hydrant straight into a glute kickback. Maybe we should have done those. You can do these now if you want. And nah, too late. 10 seconds. Noted for next time. 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1. Good. Legs done. Excuse me. Legs done. Active rest recovery. Anything you want. Upper body next. So we're going to start with push-ups again. I'm sorry. The push-up variation today is going to be, if you can, we're going for a push-up with a little twist here. So we're opening that chest after a push-up, loading through the standing arm, push-up, little twist, push-up, little twist. Drop to your knees, exactly the same. Push-up, little twist. You can do it hands elevated on your knees. So there's loads of variations there if you struggle with the push-up. If you don't want to do push-ups, we can go for little tricep dips, okay? We did these in week 1, firing through the triceps. After that, hopefully you've got weights again. We're going for a bent over row, so it's really important to work our back. So we're hinging at the hips, keeping the back straight, driving with the elbow, squeeze and hold, 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. If you don't have weights, we're doing those reverse flies on the ground, squeezing the shoulder blades together, forehead down, squeezing up, 1, 2, 3, and down. Enough talking, let's get going. Start with your push-up twists, or any push-up variation, or your tricep dips. Getting ready to go in 5. In 3, 2, 1. So if you're not comfortable with your push-up, just do one that feels right for you. Again, elevate your hands if you want to. So the higher you elevate the hands, the easier it's going to be. You can even use a wall or a radiator. Maybe not a radiator. Use a wall, drop the hands down. These are all variations for your push-up. Keep this going at home. So you're doing push-ups or tricep dips. So you can do a tricep dip on a dining room chair, holding the side of the chair, dipping down the side of the couch. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. About 10 seconds to switch. Rows next, guys. Or reverse fly on the ground. If you've got 2 dumbbells, you can go for a 2-arm row. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. We're hinging at the hips. We're driving up the elbows. 1, 2, and down. So when I pause at the top, I'm bringing my shoulder blades right back. I'm keeping good, straight back, good posture. So when I come over, I'm not bending my back. Start with your standing up straight, and then push your hips back to start. Back doesn't move. If you just got the 1 dumbbell, switching arms every 3 to 6 reps, but make sure we're pausing at the top. Pause at the top, drive the elbow, 1, 2. You can always use something to lean on too if you want to create that space. That's probably a bit low for me. So keep it going with the rows, guys, or you're down on the floor if you don't have weights, into that reverse fly. If you're finding it too easy or the weights are too light at home, go for a little wider row. So this is what I was doing before. But wider row gets a bit better of a stretch in those lats. Last 10 seconds of rows, guys. I'm not being strict with my pause there. Tough. 3, 2, 1. Active rest recovery, or grab your rest. I'm going to grab my rest. Otherwise, I'll be panting by the end. So active rest and recovery, guys. Things to think about there. So any push-up variation you're comfortable with, or any arm exercise, to be honest. Anything you feel comfortable doing. Try the tricep dips. If you're sick of push-ups already, bend over row, make sure back's nice and straight. Reverse flies on the ground. Ready to go in 10 seconds, guys. We're going back on it. Start with those push-ups. You can add that twist. Practice with different narrow or wide stances if you want. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Push-up coming down. Add a little twist. If you do have bands at home, you can do a band-resisted push-up. Resisted, yeah. So you can imagine it was round the back and be like a backpack. Wear it like a backpack and then grab onto it. That way it's resisting as you push up. Imagine it was on my back. You can give that a go if you've got bands at home. Obviously, a lot of us are limited to the equipment we have. Remember, you can try the tricep dips if you want to. So you're doing the tricep dips. Keep the elbows close into each other, to the body so they're not flaring out to the side. They're in towards our body. Last 10 seconds of pushes. 3, 2, 1. Rows next, guys. Into our back exercise. Ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Remember, hinging at the hips, nice straight back. If you've just got bands at home, for this one you would be standing on the band and then pulling up, just as if I was rowing the dumbbell. I've got the band in each hand and I'm rowing up there. Left my bands downstairs in the car. Remember that little pause at the top if we can. If you're going for one dumbbell, maybe try that wider grip out to the side with the elbow. Back nice and straight. Last 10 seconds, guys. Almost done for upper body round. 3, 2, 1. Active rest or recovery, guys. Full body round. We're going to start with a bear crawl today. So I think we did these in sweat workout the other day. So what we're looking for, overloading shoulders and legs. We're keeping close to the body, keeping the body closest to the ground as possible. Our knees are just off the ground to start with, and then we're down. Low bend of the knees, coming up. Take your time with these if you're not used to them. We're going front and backwards. Try to keep the hips down. Okay, hips down, driving in. Okay, back and forward for those, about 45 seconds. And then we're going for the return of the kettlebell swing. So last Saturday we did the kettlebell swing. Comes back to today. We're going for a close grip shoulder press to start with. We're pushing up 5 reps. 5 reps of shoulder press straight into a kettlebell swing or a dumbbell swing. Okay, so 5 of each, back into shoulder press, 5 of each. I'll also give a body weight variation for that one when we come on to it. So let's get ready for our bear crawls. Front and back, a couple of steps, front and back. Take your rest as you need it. Ready to go? In 3, 2, 1. So keep kind of low. I'll probably run out of room here. So you should have a nice bend in the elbows. The knees should be bent too. You're up on your toes. Kind of like Spider-Man. A little bit of coordination needed to start with. So as my left arm goes forward, my right foot follows it, and vice versa. Left arm goes back, right leg goes back. So if you've not done these before, it takes a bit of a while getting used to. Take your rest as you need them. You'll start to feel it through the shoulders. Keep that hips low to the ground. The lower you go, the harder it's going to be. So this is super low here. You can even push up as you do it. So you can push up. 10 seconds left of bear crawls. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds to switch. So shoulder press 5, kettlebell swings 5. If you don't have any weights, we're going for, I'm sorry again, close grip push up 5. Switching onto our back, glute bridge for 5. Okay, ready to go. Starting with our shoulder press. 3, 2, 1. So nice and straight with the shoulder press. There'll be a good carryover from those bear crawls. If your arms start giving out, use the knees a little bit to drive yourself up, the legs. Once you've done 5, into your kettlebell swings for 5. You can even do anything up to 10 kettlebell swings because they're quite a fast movement. So 5 to 10 swings, straight into our shoulder press. When we're swinging, we're driving hips through. We're not bending the knees too much. So it's a hip drive. 4 to many swings. 5 shoulder presses. Keep this going, guys. So you can get 2 rounds at least. So again, my back's nice and straight. All I'm doing is hinging the hips, sitting the bum backwards, and then I'm driving through the hips. So it's like hip thrust. Using the weight of the kettlebell or dumbbell to come down. When I'm pressing, I'm pushing my head through the window, fully extending at the top. Last 10 seconds. Let's see if we can finish on our kettlebell swings. Get one more round in. 5 seconds. Remember, squeeze the glutes at the top. 3, 2, 1. Active rest or recovery, guys. You probably will need your recovery for this one. Quite an intense round that. So sorry, if you don't have weights or anything at home, I kind of glossed over that. It's a close grip push-up. So our hands are close together. Drop to your knees if you need to. Or wide. And then we're turning onto our back. Driving with the heels, up with the hips, squeezing glutes. So that if you think about it, that's the same movement we do for kettlebell swing. Hip drive, little pause. Still got 10 seconds rest, guys. Last exercises before we go into our core work. Good bit of core today. Ready to go. Oh, what are we doing? Bear crawls. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Ready for your bear crawls, guys. Pushing it in. So like I said, the lower you go there, the harder it's going to be. Take your time if you need to. If it's too much to bend too much, you can just keep up higher. So just watch that in the lower back. Okay. Like I said, the lower you go, the harder it's going to be. You can either come into that little Spider-Man push-up every time. But then we're kind of taking away from the legs. We want to make this also a leg movement. So you want to get a few steps in. So here I'm working more legs. Last 10 seconds, bear crawls. Almost there, guys. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds to switch. Last round. We're either going for that shoulder press into swings or push-ups into glute bridge. Ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, shoulders are fried. Core's nice and tight. Keep that stomach tight when you're doing your shoulder press. If you want to add weights, more weights, if you've got 2 dumbbells, you can do this close grip, pushing up, and even the same with our kettlebell swing. 2 weights. So 5 shoulder presses into 5 up to 10 kettlebell swings. Usually for kettlebell swings, you've got a really heavy weight. Oh, what's happened there? Sun destroying the light. Keep this going, last 15 seconds. Hips through the movement, guys, squeeze the glutes. Last 5 seconds, last few reps. Three, 2, 1. Relax in there. Or you can keep going active rest if you want to. We're coming down onto the floor, guys. We're going to get some core. I'm just going to start this lights out. Okay. So, down on the floor, finish with a good bit of core to finish. Yeah, still got time. The first one's going to be, see if I can remember how to do these. Our back's flat on the floor to start with. Our knees are up. We're dropping one leg, we're crunching up, little hand slap in between, and switching knees. Okay? So it looks like this when you're going at full speed. What? See how we go with that. So little crunch touches, if you will. Ready to go, 30 seconds. Work in 3, 2, 1. So you're resetting every time. So that shoulder blades are coming back to the ground. If this is too much for anyone, just normal core crunch. Normal core crunch, just work the stomach. Any core ab exercise you feel comfortable doing. Okay? So knee in and out. To make this harder, you extend that opposite leg as straight as possible, about an inch off the ground. And then we're clapping out. Try not use the momentum from your neck to come up. Last 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Grab your breather. So yeah, like I'm saying there, try not to force yourself up. It's a controlled movement still. So we're contracting from the stomach to bring us up. Ready to go in 5 seconds again. Round 2 of core crunch touches. Whatever you want to call it. 3, 2, 1. Extend that leg. So like I said, you swoop it down about an inch off the floor. That'll really stretch out the stomach. If it becomes too much at all, just normal core crunch. Do whatever you feel comfortable doing. Last 10 seconds. Oh, my stomach's gone. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Relax it there. Last core exercise is going to be a bird dog. I love this exercise. Great for our posture, great for our core. So we're in that quadruped position again, like we did at the start. What we're looking for: shoulders over our hands, hips over our knees, a nice straight line. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Hold for 5 seconds. Crunch in. Hold for 5 seconds. If you want to make this harder, we're down in the plank position. Exactly the same. Hold 5 seconds. You can crunch underneath. Hold 5 seconds. Okay, so it's going to be 4 crunches, and then we'll switch to arms and legs. Ready to go in about 10 seconds, guys. So either up or down in the plank. 3, 2, 1. Extend the stomach. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So it looks like this. Here. You're holding for 5 seconds at home, then you're crunching in, slow, back out for 5 seconds again. If you want to, you're in that plank position, exactly the same. Opposite arm, opposite leg comes off. Should get about 5 crunches in the time. Last 10 seconds. Oh, I'm not holding for 5. Make sure you're holding for 5 at the top. And then crunching slow. Same for the plank one. 3, 2, 1. Switching sides, guys. So now for me, it's left arm, right leg. Hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crunching slow. And squeeze. Make sure we're not tilting our hips. So the hips don't tilt. They keep solid, facing the ground. I'm also not slumping into that lower back. As always, we're strong through the core and the lower back. If you're trying that ones on the arms, good luck to you. I'm going to skip down today. Crunching in, good. Hopefully you've got about 4 in now. Try to be strict with that pause at the top. Squeeze the stomach. Last 10 seconds, guys. Let's get 1 more crunch in and hold. 5 seconds. Crunch. 3, 2, 1. Relax in there, guys. Well done. When you're ready, coming down to your mat. We'll go straight into a child's pose from here as always. Open up the chest, set the bum back down towards the heels. Nice stretch on the upper back, but also opening up that chest, creating space. Nice deep breaths in and out. walking the hands over to the left or the right side while in that position. So working off to the left, stretching off the right side of the back. So from here, walking over to the left. Then walking over to the other side. Deep breaths in, starting to get that heart rate back down. Little low lunge. Stretch off that back hip. Just ease into it. So the 40-minute class is quite leg dominant. Those are the ones that make the most impact. Switching in your own time. As always, you can do these at home for longer. Follow my little stretching video if you want to. Good, let's go. Good stretch of hamstrings today. So let's lie on our back, guys. Take one knee in towards your chest, grab behind the knee, and then extend that leg. So you should feel this tight here. Don't worry about fully extending the leg straight. Just take it into about in line with your hip there, and then extend the leg until you feel the stretch. If you still can't feel it, take that knee closer in, and then extend the leg. Holding the stretch. Switching sides in your own time. This hamstring stretch is great because we're not bending over. Keeps our spine still nice and straight. Keep that knee in. Good. Last one, open up the chest. Open up those chests. You can grab the back behind you if you want. And relax in there, guys. Well done, everyone.